Welcome to the world of Mantis gardening. In the next few minutes, you'll learn more about your new Mantis tiller. And you'll see how Mantis can help you turn your property into a showplace. Before you go any further, please review the Mantis care and safety rules. You'll find these rules in your Mantis owner's manual. Please read these rules before you use your tiller. This is very important.
And if you didn't purchase a handy item kit with your tiller, you can buy one from your local Mantis dealer. You'll have all the items that you need to keep your tiller running smoothly for years.
In the meantime, you're ready to fuel the engine. A rugged two-cycle engine powers your new Mantis tiller. For this type of engine, you must mix two-cycle engine oil with gasoline in a separate container. Never, ever run your tiller on gas alone. You can buy pre-measured two-cycle engine oil from any Mantis dealer in your area. Here's how to mix the oil with the gas. Pour 1/2 gallon of fresh unleaded gasoline into a clean gasoline can. Add the pre-measured engine oil. Then add another 1/2 gallon of gasoline. Screw the cap onto the gasoline can. Then swirl the can to blend the oil and gas. And you're all set. Remember, you must use the correct oil and gas mixture. If you do not, your engine will suffer rapid, permanent damage. And you will void the engine warranty.
Now, start your tiller for the first time. First, fill the fuel tank with a proper oil and gas mixture. Then, hand tighten the gas cap just until it's snug. Don't over-tighten. At the top of the handle, you'll see the Start-Stop or I/O switch. Place the I/O switch into the I or Start position. Next, locate the choke button at the front of the engine. Pull it out to close the choke. Now, find the small plastic bubble on the upper right of the engine, in front of the fuel tank. This bubble is like a primer. It sends fuel into the carburetor so your tiller will start right up. Press the bubble 6 to 15 times, or until you see the fuel coming through the fuel line. Now, give the starter cord 2 or 3 short, brisk pulls until the engine catches and then dies. Then, push the choke button in to open the choke. Finally, pull the starter cord again. The engine should start and run. To stop your tiller, simply push the Start-Stop switch to stop. If that should ever fail to work, just pull out the choke button. Then the engine will stop instantly. And here's a special safety feature. Even when the engine is running, the tines won't turn unless you press the throttle lockout button and squeeze the throttle lever on the handlebars. Whenever you start your Mantis tiller, let it warm up for a minute or two before you use it. Then, before you put your tiller away, let it idle for a minute to give the engine a chance to cool down. If you follow the normal starting procedure, you should have no problem starting your tiller.
But just on the off chance that you do have problems, here's what to do. Say you've tried the normal starting procedure, yet your tiller won't start. First, make sure the Start-Stop switch is on Start. If the switch was on Stop when you pulled the cord, you may have flooded the engine. Here's how to check. First, examine the spark plug. Remove the cap over the spark plug. Then, use a 3/4 inch spark plug wrench to unscrew the spark plug. Is the end of the spark plug wet? If so, the engine may be flooded. Use a paper towel or a clean rag to dry the spark plug. Then, while the spark plug is still out of the engine, pull the starter cord several times. Next, replace the spark plug. Use the wrench to tighten it and replace the cap. Then push the choke button in to open the choke, and pull the starter cord another 3 or 4 times. Now pull the choke button out. And once again, pull the starter cord 3 or 4 times until the engine starts and then stalls. Finally, open the choke and pull the cord a few times. The engine should start and run. That's how to start a flooded engine when your spark plug is wet. But what if your spark plug is dry? Check to see if the fuel line is blocked. This is the fuel line. It runs from the fuel tank to the carburetor. Remove it at the carburetor end. Just pull it out. Fuel should drip slowly from the line. If fuel does not drip from the line, check the line for any bends or pinches. Kinks in the line can restrict the flow of fuel to the engine. Just straighten out the line. Then follow the normal starting procedure. What if you have the opposite problem? The fuel is dripping too freely from the fuel line. In that case, the line may be disconnected from the fuel filter. You'll find the filter inside the fuel tank. Just reattach the line to it. Now, replace your spark plug, prime the plastic bubble, pull the starter cord, and go. And remember, never use starting fluids. Starting fluids will cause permanent engine damage. Using them will void the engine warranty. Now, let's go to the garden. Did you know your Mantis tiller can walk? Just squeeze the throttle gently and let the tines tiptoe across your yard. Or if you prefer, do the following. Make sure the engine is off. Use one hand to grasp the carrying handle. Use the other hand to hold the handlebars. Then lift your tiller and carry it out to your garden. But never carry your tiller the way this gardener is doing. If you do, and the tines engage, you could suffer serious injury. Now you're ready to use your Mantis tiller. Ready to use your Mantis tiller. If you've seen other tillers, your Mantis tiller may surprise you. It tills best when you pull it backward. You see, when you pull your Mantis tiller backward, you give extra resistance to the tines, so they dig deeper and better. First, pull your tiller backward. Then, let it move forward a little bit. Then, pull it backward again. It's much like running a vacuum cleaner. Its unique curved tines spin up to 240 revolutions per minute. Of course, tilling is just the beginning. This work-saving wonder will weed your gardens all season long. First, make sure your tiller is shut off. Then, switch the tines to the cultivating position. Remove the tines from the axle. Place the right tine onto the left axle. Place the left tine onto the right axle. Note that the tine points now curve toward the back of the tiller. Reinsert the pins. Now, guide your Mantis tiller where you want to weed. Pull your tiller back slowly. Then let it move forward a bit in a gentle rocking motion. It will slice and shred the weeds and bury them as you go along. And since it gently works the soil's surface, it won't hurt your plant's fragile roots. Best of all, your Mantis tiller will weed anywhere, even in very tight places, without damaging delicate plants. All season long, your Mantis tiller makes weeding a pleasure.
Here's